when I first used Photoshop years ago in the 90s, it was just one program, Photoshop. But now it is not. It has really matured, and it's virtually perfect for dentistry. And they've kind of split it into two pieces. One part is going to be like it used to be. It used to be kind of like a graphic art software, and it really was less about photography, and now that's not the case. A full half of Photoshop now is about the pure photographer. We're going to talk about that. But let's kind of go over the graphic art side, because I want to make sure everybody understands what Photoshop used to be. And with my company, I've got to create certain ad pieces, and as you can see on the screen here, there's little pictures and text, and I'm using the regular tools in Adobe Photoshop to create something that's going to advertise my courses. Now, I'm not being a dentist at that point. I'm really wearing my graphic art hat. But as a dentist, I'll use those tools the same way whenever I'm communicating with my laboratory. You can see on here there's some shade and some arrows pointing some of the problems I have, so it helps me communicate visually. But with my patients, I might use cosmetic imaging. On the screen here, you're going to see where I have put some pretend veneers on my patient's face. And I'm showing her what she's going to look like if she accepts treatment. I think cosmetic imaging is the killer application in Photoshop, but it's just not a good place to start. On this video, we're going to talk really about downloading our pictures, straight clinical photography. And you're seeing a little picture there called Adobe Bridge. And that's going to be little thumbnails of our entire patient base. And we're going to make sense of that. And we shoot those pictures. We might actually want to create templates to send home with our patients. I love to print pictures of my new consultations, and this is an example. I use these same 9 pictures over and over, so I create a template. I use that daily in my practice. That's part of Adobe Bridge. But also straight photography is going to be our portrait shots. That's after we're finished with our dentistry. That may be really important to yours too, and remember, that's really straight photography. It has nothing to do with manipulating an image using text or anything like that. So straight photography is really what this disc is about. Disc 1 is about the downloader and Adobe Bridge. And when we get to those points, the downloader is going to be such an important part of our game, because that's what's going to help us really manage where our patients go. Okay? When we install Photoshop, it seems like it installs 4 programs. The first of which is going to be the downloader. And we're going to go in detail on this disc about how that helps you and how to maybe organize a system for your practice. After it downloads, the pictures are opened up in Adobe Bridge. That is where you see little thumbnails of each picture. And I hope those are really, really nice, but sometimes they're not perfect. And Adobe Camera Raw is the next software. That's what crops our pictures and corrects the exposures. And the fourth one really is Adobe Photoshop CS5. And that's what we expect to get. And although we may use it the very least in dentistry of these 4, the rest of them are straight photography. So let's imagine we've taken